Hey YouTube, I know my hair is a complete mess at the time, and if you're wondering if I'm going to sing a song today, I'm not. I've gotten sick down the shore after spending time with my mom and a friend of hers with her son. And her son's the sweetest. Her son's name's Bobby, and I absolutely adore him. But anyway, I'm here to talk about discrimination because what I found out while I was at Atlantic City with Bobby, and for those of you who don't know, of course you don't know because I haven't told you yet, but Bobby's autistic. Bobby is 5 years old with autism, and he grew really attached to me over the day. He wouldn't stop holding my hand, grabbing my hand. He was speaking loudly, of course. He's a kid. He was having fun, and he was laughing, and he was walking, of course. Well, not of course. I shouldn't say that because I should slap myself in the face for that. Okay. Not of course. But, he wasn't exactly walking properly or acting the way other kids were, and other kids were looking at him and laughing, and I didn't like that at all. I don't think that you should do that to somebody just because they're disabled. I don't. It's like, I have a comprehension problem, and for most things, I cannot explain things correctly for people to understand what I'm trying to say. I can't even write a paper correctly. You have to explain things to me more than once. I have problems of my own. I understand how it feels to be so different and misunderstood. I rock in chairs. I don't sit still at all. I stutter sometimes when I'm talking to adults because I feel that they're gonna hit me. I've had childhood trauma, so that's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna get into that. What I'm trying to make a point is, for people who are raising the kids out there, I would ask you in the most sincere way that I possibly can try and muster up, please teach your kids the proper way not to discriminate against other people's children because of certain disabilities, because you never know. If you're a parent to be out there, it's like, you never know if your kid has Down syndrome, spina bifida, gastroschisis, a tumor in the brain. You don't know what they have, a heart condition, or they could have autism, and it's like, why would you discriminate against somebody else's child and pray to God that that's not your child, when every child should be accepted for who they are no matter what? I don't give a hell. But why would you do that to somebody else's child if you wouldn't want that done to yours? You don't do that. Like, I've seen pretty rude people in Atlantic City just kept on staring at Bobby and trying to hold back a laugh, and they were snickering, like, because he was not being behaved. They thought that he was not being behaved and that he was a spoiled brat, but no. You could see that he's just being himself. He can't control what he does. And his mom was so emotional, and I feel for you parents with kids with disabilities. I feel you guys. I know how it feels. I've been around it. My cousin Ava has a disability. She's blind. She's only 8 months. She's blind. All she does is scream. She can't comprehend speech yet. So we're hoping that she will be able to talk. We know so far that she can hear. She's a diabetic against salt. It's a lot of problems with her, and I can understand the pain and anguish because I have to be around that, and I'm like, oh my God, this poor baby. But then again, I'm like, she's a normal baby. Don't do that to her. She is her own person, and she will grow up to be whoever the heck she is. And it's not your right, or anyone's right, or my right, to demean somebody for their disability. And I won't. I'm just making a point. Like, this isn't fair. Now, this is getting way out of hand. You need to have more respect. People out there need to have more respect for people who happen to take care of the kids that they love to death. There's like, they didn't do anything wrong. Tracy didn't do anything wrong. Sierra didn't do anything wrong. Like, no one did anything wrong for these kids to come out the way they were. If they did, then you know what was gonna happen and you knew what you were doing to your child. But then that makes you a bad person. Sorry to say that. But if you cleaned up afterward, then it doesn't make you a bad person. If you take care of your responsibility instead of getting worser, then you're better. Then you're better for that. I don't care. Then everything that you did while you were pregnant is forgiven. But my point is, don't have kids, or don't teach your kids if you already have them, sadly, to be disrespectful. Don't be picky with your kids, because you never know what you're going to get in this world. You never know. You can be pregnant with the world's sickest baby. You just better love that child, because guess what? It's yours. And you're not gonna change that. A lot of people try and change that, which I really dislike. But you can't change that. You have to go with the flow, and you have to live with what God gave you. It's like, that's your child. That's your baby. You should love it no matter what. And I don't believe in people who try and quote unquote help their kids by putting them in hospitals 24/7. Unless they need to be in a hospital, do not put them in a hospital. Don't put them away because you feel like you can't take care of it. Oh, well, then you shouldn't have had a child. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell you that right to your goddamn face. You shouldn't have had a child. And if you did, I'm sorry to say that you're the fucking worst parent I've ever seen in my life. It's like, honest. I'm sorry. See? I told you. I repeat things. I can't. Trying. I'm trying. But that's my point. I don't believe people should discriminate against anyone for who they are or what disability they have, because guess what? That disability turns out to be a gift. And aren't you so ashamed that you pushed that person away, that you made fun of that person? It's like, I hope you're happy with yourself if you do that on a daily basis, because then you're just wrong. My mother raised me differently, and all of our mothers did. But if you go against that, and you just plain old hate the world and feel like taking it out on poor kids like me, Bobby, Ava, and everybody else, then guess what? Go screw. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's right. I said it on Facebook. Go fuck yourself. I said it on YouTube. I said it on Twitter. Go screw. Because in the end, we're gonna have it all and you'll have nothing. In the end, we're the better person. I'm out.